Hi everyone, welcome to the screencast for April 12th. On this snowy Sunday afternoon, my kids did not appreciate my joke today saying that we have a snow day for tomorrow. So hopefully the snow will be out of here soon. All right, schedule for the week, just a few things to be aware of. We have a staff meeting on Wednesday at 8:30. That's our typical meeting that meets at 8, but everybody is welcome to be part of that if they so choose. PBIS on Thursday and BLT on Friday. All right, I just want to follow up. Diane and Becky were part of the district instructional team meeting last week. Feedback was shared about assessments, about workload, about trying to figure out all those different things. So just know that information was shared. The district's looking at that and determining next steps, trying to look through all of that. So just want to make sure you know that that information was listened to and they're trying to figure it out. Distance learning and technology. This is the same slide that I showed last week, but I want to include it here in case there are some people who are going to try a little bit more with those Google Hangouts or Google Meets. Just know all these links are really important, and if you're interested in trying those, I'd suggest taking a look at that. Google Meet information. One of the great things that was able to be changed is that now when we have a Google Meet, teachers can set that up so that kids can't get back into that room at another time. Makes it a little bit easier to keep track of. So on the right there, there's some simple steps on how to set that up. On the left, there is a short video, I think it's about 7 minutes, that Deb shared with us regarding how to do that. Deb, I looked at that. It was helpful. Thank you for sharing that. We're going to try this with some of our kids this week in 4th and 5th, particularly with some of our special ed kids, having some of our paras have a Google Meet with those to try to help them with their work. So just know that that's there. Also, going back a slide, I'd encourage you to think about how could you do a Google Hangout with your whole class as just kind of a social emotional check-in. We know that's important. So just know that that is an option as we move forward. And just like the DIT team met last week, our learning supports team also met as a district. And one of the big things was attendance. We know that that is tough right now. As of now, right now, any contact with a parent or a student, that counts as attendance, regardless if they're doing the work or not. I know that's tough because we want our kids to be learning and moving forward on that. But right now, if you have any contact with a parent, we count that as attendance. Any contact with the kid, we count that as attendance. There also are times when kids will be doing this work, and I know you know this, at another time, later in the day. There's our link here to correct those things. It could also be that the kid is doing a couple days of homework 3 or 4 days down the road. Please go back into the attendance link here and put that in. We talked about it at our building leadership team, and Diane Houghton brought up a big thing that's really hard to go back and check those things out as we move forward. I'm just asking you to do your best on that. I think if we have kids that are doing that on a frequent basis, we're going to pretty quickly figure out who they are, and hopefully that will alleviate some of those things going on. If you have a parent that's upset with you, if they get the robocall talking about where were they, and you're having problems with that, let me know. And I don't mind calling the parent, just explaining how we're trying to do this, just to try to keep everybody safe and to know what's happening with our kids. If you have questions on that, let me know. Hey, I'm excited about this, an opportunity for all staff. This is just cut and pasting in part of Becky's email to everyone. We are interested in having a picture of everyone, each person, and dropping your photos into this link here so that we can share that out with families as a way of connecting. Whether you are a teacher, whether you are a para, you are a custodian or a cook, anybody that has that works at Westwood, love for you to take a picture of yourself and drop it in there. And I will be doing that tomorrow. We're aiming for 3:30. I think, Becky, you might have said pushing it out a little bit later than that, a couple days later than that. But come up with a picture, put it in there. Don't worry too much about it. Just have fun with it. And I think that will be fun for our kids and families to see all those pictures of us and help us to connect with them a bit. Hey, just want to talk again about meals. We have mobile meal drop-offs at Westwood and Washburn, and Rachel S. has been helping with that, and I think this last week, a lot of those days we had over 150 meals being distributed. So just know that that's happening, and that is a resource for our families, and be aware of that. Lastly, I just wanted to touch on a few things I was thinking about over this long weekend here. We all know it. This is an incredibly difficult balancing act. There are so many things coming out at us right now. Max put it really well when he met with those of us that could meet with him last week. We really are doing a new job as teachers and educators. We're having to deal with technology. We're having to balance the needs of our families at home, feeling isolated, having to deal with COVID and being safe that way. Our students have many, many things that are coming at them, and one of those is the family stress of families that have parents that are losing their jobs and things like that, and our families are dealing with having to figure out this technology and help their kids learn at home too. So there are many different things coming at us. Big picture, I look at it as we have two big goals right now. We want to keep our students safe. That's a big reason why we're trying to connect with them attendance-wise and look out for them. And also, as much as possible, go on with learning. And that is hard. We know that. And if you look on the right there, we know that there will be changes, and these changes are coming daily in what we're doing. We think we're doing one thing, and then we have to change. There's conflicting interests. Even at MDE, you have curriculum departments saying one thing, and attendance and social emotional part saying something else. And then we're having to balance those, and there's lots of frustration as we try to figure that out. We know that. And I am trying to tell myself these same things at the bottom. We need to remember to breathe. We need to realize that we are not perfect, and we need to give ourselves a break, and we need to believe in ourselves. We will figure this out. And I think it's really important, too, to remember that we are all in this together. We are all doing the best we can. And I know that's hard when we can't see all the different pieces and how they're interconnected, but everybody is trying the best that they can. We have to lean on each other, and I promise you we will get through this together, and we'll make it. So I don't think I'm saying anything there that we don't know, but sometimes it's just important to name that and to recognize it. And I want to thank you again for all you're doing. It does not go unnoticed by me, by our families, by our kids. All of you are amazing. So keep working. I know we have a lot of challenges here. Keep leaning on each other, and we'll get through this. Thank you, and I'll see you next week. Take care, everyone.